Everyone, welcome to verbling.com. Verbling.com is the website where you can connect and practice with a native speaker instantly. This hour, the participants are going to be practicing their English, so please join the class and practice your English speaking. My name is Geoff Watson. I am from Vancouver, Canada, but I'm talking to you from South America. I live in Chile, in their capital city, Santiago. We are going to be practicing our English speaking this hour while talking about preparing for a disaster. So I hope everyone is prepared to participate in this class and improve their English. So let's begin, because I want to make sure that everyone gets lots of time to practice their English while they share their ideas and express their opinions. Something quickly though is that we will be using the Google Hangout chat box. This is a picture of the icon that appears on my screen. This icon is blue, so if you click on this icon, you should be able to open up the Google Hangout group chat box. So let's get started. I'd like to say hello to Anna. Could you please introduce yourself and start our conversation about being prepared for natural disasters?
Hello, my name is Anna. I'm from and from Prague. I'm 20 years old.
Great.
Well,
and it's just occurred to me that the topic for this hour is learning styles.
Learning styles, yeah.
Okay, so I'm very sorry. I'm totally prepared. Sorry for the surprise. I am ready to teach for 2 hours now. So I'm going to post in the questions that I have for learning styles. So Anna, how do you like to learn best?
Well, I prefer Duolingo. This is a website for learning, I think about 5 languages. And
okay.
I like it because it teaches you from the beginning.
Okay, great.
The basic words, basic verbs, and grammar.
Yeah. But then, how have you learned English? Do you learn more from reading or from listening? Do you learn more visually, or by doing?
Well, when I was a child, 4-year-old girl, I was in kindergarten, so I've learned it with the teachers by speaking.
Okay, great. So excellent. That's a great way to learn. Maybe the most direct way to learn. Bang, could you please introduce yourself to this new group and continue with our conversation about learning styles?
Yes, my name is Bang. I'm from Vietnam. It's really great for me to talk about this topic with you guys, and I think it's a really interesting topic to discuss. Well, when it comes to learning style, I want to talk about this way. Yes, your class is just a way to learn English online. In the past, I spent more of my time on reading and listening, to improve my passive English. But there's not much spoken English to practice, to work on it, and I think it's a great sign for me to work on it.
Yeah, absolutely. I think if your goal is to improve your spoken English, you need to speak.
Yeah.
Great, thank you. Celso or Kelso? Hello, are you there, Kelso? Okay. Hello, Russell. Are you ready to participate with our speaking class? I'll let you. Uh-oh, you're typing. Okay, no problem, Russell. Glad to have you here. Gassan, go ahead, please, with our conversation. Welcome.
Hello, my name is Ghassan. I'm from Baghdad, Iraq. And should I speak about the subject now?
Yeah, please. The learning styles.
Yes, I don't like the formulas and the way normally in the schools they teach. They have a way they teach it and they stick to it. They don't change it for each student. So that's not the way I learn. I always had a problem with that. But I like to go my own way, and normally I succeed at that. For example, for learning English, I prefer to listen by myself and then find someone to speak with. Writing and reading the same. That's the best way for me. Though getting help from others the way you want is very important. I'm not, denying that I need help from others. I'm saying I don't need it the way the institutions or give it to you or the school give it to you.
No, so personally, I totally agree with you. Godfred, go ahead, please. Godfred, are you there? So we seem to have, he's having some problems. Ismail, hello, how are you? Please join our conversation.
Yes, hello everybody. Thank you, Geoff. I am good. I was a good student in my first school. I remembered that my school teacher loved me a lot, and I learned especially via writing more than the other ways, I think. And when I came to English learning, I am learning via listening and writing more than the other ways. And when we came out our school system, we have a lot of problems in Turkey. It changed in short time, very big. We have the same government for 10 years, but in this 10 years, there are three different education ministerium and
Ministers?
Every ministers has changed from A to Z in education system, I think.
Okay. Wow. Okay, so too much change then, maybe. Godfred, are you there? Go ahead, please. Godfred, can you turn on your microphone? You may be muted on the screen.
Okay.
Great. Please join our conversation.
Yes. Hello, everybody. My name is Godfred. I'm calling from Denmark. And according to what you said, everyone has a different way of learning. So the way I learn is by seeing things and try it. The way I do learn things.
So could you repeat that again?
I just said everyone has the way of learning. So the way I learn is by seeing things and touch it, try it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, how many languages do you speak?
I speak French, Swahili, Danish. Uh, so I'm learning English.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and you've learned most of that by listening, by speaking. How? How have you learned so many different languages?
If, for example, being with people who are speaking it, so it will help you. So just for example, you have friends that they speak those language, so you will also learn from them.
Okay. So
Yeah.
you've learned by having the chance to speak the languages. Awesome. I'm going to move on to Julissa. Go ahead, please, Julissa. Thanks,
Hi,
Godfred.
hello everyone. I'm Julissa from Peru. Yes, I agree with Godfred. Same as him, I learn more by seeing and by trying by myself. But I remember that when I was in high school, I learned more, or I tried to study more by memorizing the information. And I don't think now that was good because it was just memorizing. But then in college, we needed to be more critical to to think more and to really understand what we were learning. So I think there I started to change my study habits and to try to really mm, be more critic about what I was reading or studying.
Good. To be more critical. Critical thinking
Critical,
is a term that's used a
yes.
lot. Yeah, excellent. Wonderful. Furkan, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Yes, please introduce yourself. Welcome. And we're talking about different kinds of learning styles.
Okay, I'm Furkan from Turkey, and I think at every branches of the science, there have to be different learning style. For example, for biology, I prefer to learn with visual aspects, but in the, for example, math equations, I prefer the memorization because it's hard to even if I see them, I can remember. So, but in the learning English, of course, the best way is living in a country that using English for a first language.
And have you had that opportunity?
No, so I'm trying another way.
Well, okay, but how have you learned your English so far? It sounds good to me.
Actually, my pronunciation is coming from the video games and movies. Speaking skills is coming from another side. I don't know. Do you know Colingo? I'm practicing
Okay.
there.
Okay. All
And for
right.
the
So,
yes,
great. So, excellent. Great comments. Thank you. Anna, we're back to you. And I muted your microphone. You may have to turn on your microphone by clicking on the screen.
Okay.
Anna, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Excellent. Please go ahead with another comment.
Yeah. Well, about another way about conversation, or
No, sorry. We're going to stay with this topic for this hour. And again, I want to make sure that everyone knows that I have put some questions in the Google Hangout chat box, and I'm also trying to put in as many suggestions and corrections as I can. But yeah, please, let's continue talking about learning methods and learning styles and
yes.
people's personalities.
Okay. Uh, for me, the best way how to learn uh, some foreign language, I prefer to learn new words every day, about 20 words, and I have to say it again and hear it, and I think it's important to use it in conversations with someone who is from the country where is the language. So
Yeah, someone who is a native speaker.
Yes, yes, exactly. Well, I think that the best way for me was when I was in Los Angeles for 3-week course of English. I think that it was really good for my English for practice.
Excellent, great, thank you.
Thank you.
Bang, go ahead, please.
Yeah, I'm here. You know, one thing I don't like about the traditional way to teach English is they don't engage the student in so many activity related to spoken English. I mean, they don't encourage them to be more creative, to learn on their own. Yeah, and it really depends on the supportive teacher you have with you. I mean, when you have supportive teacher, you will feel more easier to learn English. I think so.
You'll feel more comfortable. Yeah.
Yeah.
More confident. Yeah, I really liked your comment. Children are not encouraged to learn on their own. And so I want to stop teaching English. Teaching English is boring. I want to teach people how to learn English. And so that's what I'm trying to do now. Gasin, go ahead with a comment, please.
Okay.
Yes.
I think, yes, sorry. I think, you know, at least for me, studying for the exams is not the way I learn. When there is an exam, if I want to study, I don't learn anything, and even I don't get a good score in this exam probably. But, the best way of learning is to read, complete something, and later, maybe a few days later, come back and read it again. If I read something twice, with a break between them, normally I learn it completely, and I have no problem to go even for exam by accident or surprisingly.
Yeah, and there are actual studies showing how quickly we forget things that we learn and when are the best times to review information so that we retain it. Great point, thank you. Godfred, go ahead with another comment. You may have to turn on your microphone.
Yes, I just turned it on now. So let me find a question from this one you just right here. It's okay. I just I'm very confused. So,
yeah, sorry. So, have you been what kind of student were you? Were you a good student?
Yes, I think I was a good student because I've always listened to what the teacher is saying and do my homework. So I think I was a good student. I wasn't just can't go to school and just sit and listen to what people are saying. I was just participating and be creative and so.
Okay. Oh, great. So you enjoyed school. Excellent.
Yeah, I like to go to school.
Ismail, go ahead, please.
Yes, I know a friend, Geoff, in high school. He failed from school. He was drank a lot, especially at weekends, and we tried to hide them from teacher. Sometimes we had a lot of trouble with him, and he was he fired from school, and but he is very successful now. He is a script writer. He is a scenarist in a Turkish television show. And when I see in TV, I tell my family that he is my friend and he was fired from high school.
Yeah, no, we say so he dropped out of school because he had a drinking problem, but he got kicked out of school. That's what you
Yes.
say. In English, you get kicked out of school. But he's successful now. That's amazing. Yeah, great story. Julissa, go ahead, please.
Yes, I think also the teachers are an important part of our learning process, because when you have teachers that really motivate you, you have you feel that you want to learn more and you are eager to learn more and to be there and to participate more. I remember that in high school I didn't like the subject of chemistry, but then we had a new teacher.
Hello.
Yes, hello. You're part of the class. We're just going to get to you in a minute. Thank you.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Right.
Yes, so at a moment we had a new teacher, and she made the subject so easily by her way. She made us participate more. She helped us more. So that was when I started to like more the subject of chemistry, and I think it also depends a lot on how the teachers manage the class, the environment, because that affects the students' motivation.
Yeah, and but then what did she do differently?
Well, I remember that with her, I think it was her style. She made simple because in chemistry you see a lot of rules or formulas. Yes, but she tried to make it like with examples, or to make it use simple examples. That made it easier. Yes.
Yeah, great, excellent. Furkan, another comment, please.
I want to talk about the technology in the schools. Yeah, it improves the teaching in learning something. For example, right now we are learning teacher from the web, and it's a very good opportunity for us. And but in the schools, it's a little bit different because it is good for one aspect. You can see all the pictures, all the videos, and it makes easier to learn. But in the other part, the physical activity is more important than the technology. Homeworks and other things must stay.
Yeah, okay, so a good balance, right? Excellent, thank you. Maha, are you there? Maha, are you there?
Hello. Yeah, hello.
Yes, hello. Please introduce yourself, welcome, and join our conversation about learning styles.
Okay, my name is Maha. I'm from Saudi Arabia. I am a student. About styles, I like when I learn a new vocabulary. I like put it in a phrase. That help me to remember the vocabulary when I want to talk, and it is help me to learn grammar too.
Can you give us an example?
Yes. For example, the color brown. The chocolate. The chocolate I like brown chocolate, so I remember that.
Yeah, so many English teachers, language teachers recommend that people try to learn phrases, not individual words. So great, thank you.
Yes.
Yeah. Bang, go ahead, please.
Yes, I may want to bring up some example of those who drop out school early in their life and tell a success story. like Bill Gates or Steve Jobs.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think when you decide your own career of your choice, and you realize that your education have nothing to do with your career, yeah, feel free to go on your own. And I think
Yeah.
it is really inspire me
Yeah.
to
Do you
try
think?
it. Yeah, please.
Sorry, great. Their stories inspired you, and did you feel that you were well prepared in school for your career for working?
I don't think so. I have to work hard on my on so many working skills.
Yeah. Okay. Great. And let's say hello, Carlos. Hello. Are you there?
Hello.
Excellent. Please welcome and join our conversation about learning styles.
Okay. So my name is Carlos. I'm from Spain, and I think that in the school they focus the learning ways in explaining a lot of grammar, but not. That's right, but they are not. How to say it? Here in Spain, teachers they are always focusing in grammar. I think the best way learning English is practicing like here with people who is speaking in English too, and not with these phrases like "How old are you?" "I am 16 years old." No, no one says that. So I'm 16, and that's right, and that's the thing. Not so. I think the yes, speak with another people speaking in English and live with them. Last year, I went with a grant, with a scholarship.
Sorry, let me stop you there, Carlos. I'm going to keep moving on. We're trying to give each person 1 minute. Please tell us about your story next turn. That sounds awesome, and I totally agree with you. I think language teaching, traditional language teaching, has failed for decades, if not generations. I don't know why they're still doing it.
Yeah.
Gassen, go ahead, please.
I hear that you said learning words, single words, is not important, but you have to learn the sentences. I think that's right, but there is words that normally they are repeated in any language. Every language, among them English, there is words you have to know them and keep use them in your sentences. That's a good way to learn. Why? Because normally 50% of what we are saying probably is like 100 or 150 word, like eat, like is, like this, like go, like have. If there is even sentences that made of this kind of words. So if you learn these 150 word and you keep using them in sentences, that would give you ahead of others and very fast and help you to learn much faster.
I totally agree with you 500%. I think you need to, even within phrases, you need to know which each word means. Even within phrases and expressions, you have to develop your vocabulary word by word as well, and especially those high frequency words. Godfred, go ahead, please.
Yeah. Okay. What do you think of the public school system in your country? Do you think that is the good of learners? Okay. School public, I think it's the one we all go to learn language, whatever we want to learn. So that they have to have a good teachers who are very competent to to teach a student, because if a teacher is not teaching a student the way a student is supposed to learn, so the student won't learn very much.
Hmm. So the teachers are the key.
Yes. I feel
Yeah, all
also the
right.
students themselves, they are the key because they are the one who want to learn. So
Right. No. It's the families, the students, the teachers. They've all got to be involved. Ismail, go ahead, please, with a comment.
Yes, I want to talk about for successful learning and for successful education. When we are looking into a nation who are a good education system, we can see that there are good families who are caring their children, and especially the teacher is the most important thing in education, I think. We cannot see the teacher as a subject, the education machine, uh, and this school is also important. Uh, they all are completed in a systematic way for a successful education, I think.
Now, excellent. I love that comment of, the education system can't be thought of as a learning machine. Julissa, go ahead, please.
Yes, I agree with what Carlos said before about how in some schools they teach. I remember in high school, I studied in a public school, and the level there is not good, especially in English. They teach in a very traditional way, just showing the rules, grammar, a lot of grammar, but they don't give much time to the students to speak or to practice this. So that's why many people decides to study English outside in other institutes where they can learn better. So at the beginning, for me, I started to get interested in learning English because of the songs. When I started to listen music songs in English, I wanted to know what those songs mean. So that's why, like, the first step for me for learning English, wanting to learn English. So after that, I joined a course where I really liked it because we had a lot of time to produce, to speak, and not only was the teacher talking, but us, the students. So I
Yeah,
think that's very important.
no, great. And teaching grammar, I think, is responsible for millions of people having a very negative attitude towards language learning. They
Yes.
learn to hate it. Uh,
Yes.
that's my opinion. Furkan, go ahead, please.
I want to answer that. Do you hate sitting at a desk? In the chemistry class, we are always trying to memorize all the equations, all the formulas. But one day, a teacher brought us to a laboratory, and he picked up to the experiments, and I learned at this classes how to make a smoke bomb, how to set fire in a green green color, and in the day the governor came to visit our experiments, and I accidentally started a reaction of smoke bomb, and it blew up, and the all security guards came to us and said, "What are you doing? Are you crazy?" It was
So
crazy, but I didn't forget it.
so you blew up the chemistry lab
Yes.
right when the principal was there. Excellent
Yes.
work. Noel, go ahead, please. Join our
Yes, hello.
conversation about learning styles.
Hello. I remember when I don't remember the name. Some of you said that learning a sentence for learning words. I remember in the school, when you have to learn the periodic table in chemistry, I learned one sentence per line. And I told to my mates that sent those all sentences, and in the exam we were asking each other, what was the sentence? It was funny because the teacher was looking at us with what the hell. But
they thought you were
learning English.
cheating? Yeah.
Yeah, but we were talking sentences, random sentences.
Right.
Anyway, the best way I think for learning English is go abroad, because you need, for surviving, you need to talk, and that's the best way. Because, for example, I can see movies in English or listen to music, but when it's finished, I go to class or to chat my friends in Spanish.
Right.
I will forget everything.
Yeah. No, but going abroad or using the internet. Pradeep, go ahead.
Yeah, hello. Actually, English was a subject in my in our country. If you want to go for a higher study, you have to learn English. Everything in course material, all are always available in the English.
So all of the university is in English, or the learning materials?
Yeah, if you for the higher study.
Yes.
Yes, for the higher study there is a necessity of the English.
And so how did you learn English?
Actually, because this is necessity, so I was to force myself to learn English. English
you
was
didn't
not
have a choice.
No, yeah, I did not have any choice, and now I have set up my organization. So without English, I can't work. And sometimes when my juniors talk in a very fluent way, in my juniors, my employee, that time I embarrass, and I think I should be in a fluent manner.
Right. So you're trying to increase your fluency. No?
Yes, yes.
Great. Excellent.
It is a necessity.
Bang? Thank you. Bang,
Yes,
go
I'm
ahead,
here.
please.
Yeah. After many years of learning English in the traditional way, it's come as a surprise to me when I engage myself in talking with a native speaker in a real life situation. Yes, it's really difficult for me to try up the conversation with them. So I think I must to try to find a way to do it again. I have to go through many trial and error until I find the one that works for me. That's speak as much as you can.
No, great. And I just think that speaking English is different from many other kinds of learning. It's an ability that you learn by doing it, and like you said, in a real life situation. It's incredibly important. Yeah, awesome. Thank you. Gaston, go ahead with another comment, please.
For me, I started speaking when I find, find the Skype, find these friends on Skype. That was the first, the first time I started to speaking for a long time. Before that, probably seeing someone for a minute or two, something like that. But with Skype, I started to speak, for a few hours, and that was the best thing to happen for my English learning, plans. Because before that, I was listening, I was understanding movies and shows, but not speaking at all. Then even speaking on Skype, motivated me to actually focus on news instead of movies and shows. So I learned how they speak, especially the slangs. But then at the news channels, they speak on more important things. So after the Skype, I started to just watching news like CNN, BBC, Fox News. So Skype and these satellite channels were very important for me to learn how to speak English.
Yeah. Well, in terms of my successful students, all of them have watched a lot of TV and movies, real understanding real language with all of the slang expressions, etc. That's key. And Godfred, go ahead, please, with another comment.
Yeah, so to watch a TV, we watch only TV if we have time. For example, if you work, you go to work, so you go to school, you have no time to watch TV. For example, when I go to work, my time is limited. I have no time to watch TV, so it's hard sometimes, but it's better to have a friend like that one who said on Skype or whatever. You can exercise with, or you can go in the real life in the clubs or find some friends who you can be social with to help you learn something, the language you want to learn. If it's a language, yeah.
Yeah, and excellent. Thank you. I agree. It's you need to find some time with some native speakers if it's at all possible. Ismail, go ahead, please.
I want to talk about our education system again. In school, we are learning not much, but I think we are memorizing lots of, and after we are ending our exams, we forgotten all of what we learned, I think, and we are learning very deep subjects. For example, I am remembering that I learned in high school jet engines, formulas, or very complicated electrical circuit, and now I can change any circuit breaker at my home, or I can't fix any electrical socket at my home. It is not important, and I have forgotten all of the formulas. It must be different, I think.
Yeah, it should be changed. I put in the box, quick access to information is making memorizing obsolete. And I think that's another aspect where you don't have to try and memorize everything now because we have instant access to so much information. So, yeah. Excellent points. Julissa, go ahead, please.
Yes. Well, I think that in the case of English, all of us, we have our own styles. For example, some people like to learn by watching movies. In my case, I like to learn English by watching movies or series on TV, then listening to music, singing, different ways. I think that you need to find your personal learning style, what you like, and to have fun at the same time, because learning doesn't have to be boring always. You need to find some fun in it, so then you will be more interested in learning more. And now I agree that with the internet we have a lot of information and tools to learn, also by our own. There are, for example, I want to learn Portuguese, and I found a website called Light Mocha that they provide with a lot of lessons So there you can practice, and also native speakers will correct you and help you. So yes, we are lucky for this to have the internet now.
Well, I just think it's all changing so quickly. I think things are so different from just 5 years ago.
Yeah.
And I totally agree with you. We need to experiment and find new learning styles, new learning methods, and ones that work well for you. Furkan, go ahead, please, with another comment.
I want to talk about learning for different ages and people. I think the best way for learning and the best usage, and babies learning very great way. They're learning words for their necessity. For example, they want the water and learning water, and the other things come up like that. But we learning many words even though we don't need it, and it's just unnecessary. So the baby's way is maybe want more years, but it's the best way to learn English or another things.
Oh, good. But then let me see. Did you start learning English as a young child?
Not quite.
No.
Actually, just listening, but I don't know what the word means. Just I heard listening.
No. Okay. Sorry. Yeah. But I just think it's crazy when people try to compare adults learning a language the same way as babies learn. It's just impossible to compare those two things. I really agree with your comment. Noel, go ahead, please.
Yes, I think that, well, 5 years ago, you said it. Who could imagine we can talk with people of Japan, Vietnam, Canada at the same time? And yes, we have to just improve and just having fun, and then we will see what happened. Anyway, there is a question on you, right? It's do you think someone's IQ is important? I don't think so, because I know people who has very high IQ, but they can't write a nice history or play an instrument, but they have a high IQ. I think there's no relation with being intelligent.
Yes. No, it's definitely, I think, a very specific thing. Yeah. Great. Thank you for your comments. Pradeep, go ahead, please. Pradeep, are you there? Sorry, we can't hear you. I'm going to move on to Bang. Go ahead, please.
Yes, I might want to talk about the way I build up my vocabulary. To tell you the truth, I don't go.
Could you repeat that? I didn't understand.
I want to talk about the way I build up my vocabulary.
Oh, okay. I still don't understand. Sorry, but continue.
Vocabulary.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, vocabulary.
Vocabulary,
sorry.
Yeah.
Vocabulary. Great.
Yeah.
Please continue. Thank you.
To be honest, I don't go for individual words. I go for phrase. And when I come across phrase in a movie, for example, I jot it down and I try to find myself in many situations to practice it. Even though I don't have opportunity to talk with a native speaker, I try to practice spoken English by myself when I'm alone.
Yeah. Sure, why not? Yeah, it's physical exercise. And if you have a good ear for languages, that's what people say, you can correct yourself to a certain extent. So the pronunciation, phrases, and vocabulary. Great.
Vocabulary.
Great job. Gassen, go ahead, please. Gassen, are you there? Okay. Goodman, go ahead, please.
Is Rose is the one talking when he's in the class. Yes.
Sorry, are you ready, Godfrey?
Yes, I want to find the question again.
Yeah.
So I can see here you said you need to have a chance to speak for hours. Do native English speakers want to learn a language?
Yeah, so do you know have you been able to exchange one of your languages for English practice?
Yeah, yes, I have been, but they just want to ask how do you go something like this. They ask just a short introduction, how to say how are you, how to say good morning in my language, but the way is so it's like they would not want to go further to learn my language. So.
Right. So you need to find a more serious student.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course, if there's somebody who asks me, I want to learn your language, I will be ready to teach them, which I have done, because it's very nice to teach other your language, and you feel yourself very proud when you teach someone your language.
Oh, great. That's what I say to my girlfriend, Vanessa. She needs to show me that she's ready to learn.
Well,
Ismail, go ahead, please.
Yes, technology has changed everything in education system, I think. When I was at first school, kids, we have books and not much computers or smartphones, electronic devices. Our teacher was teaching us on the blackboard with chalk, and I am remembering that during 80s I couldn't find any German Turkish books. It was very difficult in my city, and when we came to our site, we have in schools smart boards, computers, lots of, and internet. It is very easy to arrive different types of knowledge what we are looking for.
No, it's just that presenting information now can be done with videos, I think, more effectively. So, yeah, great.
Yes.
Julissa, go ahead, please.
Yes, there is a question that says, in your opinion, do babies, children, teenagers, adults, and older adults learn differently? I think the process maybe is the same because we need to learn languages in a natural way, as kids do in their own language, as we do in our native language. But maybe in the case of kids, when the teachers need to make them to be more active or doing more things because they have a lot of energy. So if you keep them, I had the chance to be in a class watching how a teacher made her class. So when they didn't have anything to do, they were playing around or not paying attention or getting angry. So I think it's important to keep them making things.
Doing things.
Doing things, right.
Yeah.
And in the case, yes, and in the case of teenagers, I think it can be the same, but we should find the topics that are interesting for them in their age, music, movies, yes.
Yeah, absolutely. And many people say if you can incorporate some physical movements into your English learning, that will help you.
That's also important.
Even for adults, depending on your learning style. Furkan, go ahead, please.
I want to talk about how can bad learning style affect learning. I want to tell a story of my friend. In Turkey, you have to attend the college. You have to get an exam, and it's just one time for a year. And this friend had been solving tests for 12 hours for a day, and after all the working, he and I got on the test, and he failed. But I was just working for 2 hours for a day, so he had to work again for 1 year, and so it is very bad if you use bad learning style.
Yeah, okay. So I tell people that as well with English. Try to focus on quality, not quantity. Noel, go ahead, please.
Someday I remember I heard that a child between, I don't know, 5 to 10 years old, they could invent, create so many, let's say 30 uses for a clip, for a paper clip. And then the same kids, the same children, they were asked the same question: how many uses you must create for a paperclip? And the more the grow, as they grow, the less inventions. So if when they were 5 years old, they could create 30 invents for a paperclip, and when they are 30 years old or 20, they thought 5 or 6 uses for a paperclip. So the best the best way for learning is just keep being a kid. Try to keep being a kid, and don't think so logical, but creative.
Don't think so logically. Yeah. Maintain your creativity. Continue to be creative. Yeah, inventive. No, it sounds great because that's crazy. It should be the opposite, but yeah, it's not. Yeah, studies have shown. Pradeep, another comment, please. Pradeep, are you there? I'm sorry if you can send us a text message. But Bang, go ahead, please. I guess this will be actually. I'm teaching again next hour, so maybe if I can get just a very quick final comment from everybody, just 10 seconds, please. Go ahead,
Yes.
Bang.
Yeah, I think there's not much difference between the way boys and girls learn when I was a child. You know that, but it occurred to me that girls shall be more focused on what teacher are talking. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, no, I think that traditional school is geared to teach to girls. Godfred, a final super quick comment? Okay. Hussein, I hope you can join me next class. We're going to end right now. Ismail, a quick goodbye comment?
Yes, I think babies are learning while living, and we have to use the same method for successful learning.
Okay, great. Yeah, learn while you live it. Julissa?
Well, nothing, just to find our own style, learning style, and to keep practicing because this would help us a lot.
Excellent. Furkan, a super quick final comment?
Okay, and do something to learn is better than sitting at a desk and memorize something.
Yeah, all right. Just do it, like Nike says. No? Go ahead, please. 10-second comment.
I don't know. keep being creative.
Gotta go. Congratulations, everybody. I hope you learned something. Awesome.
Thank you.